Should I put my child on my deed, or I want to put my child on my deed, is a question I have had and heard several times. The answer to that question is generally no. It's not a good idea. In very limited circumstances, it might be. But if you add your child to the deed, and generally people want to do it with right of survivorship because they believe the child will outlive them, which is most likely true. And the basis for that idea is that would avoid having to go to probate to change the deed to the child and having a probate action. Now, avoiding probate is a good idea, and that's something that I generally try to assist people to do. But putting your child on the deed with you or with you and your spouse is generally not a good idea, because what if that child dies? Now who is the owner? An in-law. The in-law gets remarried. Is that in-law going to let you keep living there without payment? That person now owns half or a third of the house. So that person could make you pay them off or force you to sell your house. What if that child becomes incompetent, incapacitated, and someone else takes over that child's finances? The same thing could happen. What if that child becomes insolvent, has financial problems, files bankruptcy? Now that land, half or a third, belongs to that child, and that will require contribution to the debts of that child. So I think that that's not a good idea, because there are other ways to do those things and still avoid probate. One way is a trust. A trust is a little complicated and gets a little involved, but for most people, it's still a really good idea. Another way that's simple and sometimes is the right answer is a life estate deed. A life estate deed means that you deed it to your child or children, but you reserve a life estate. You reserve the right to live there and use the property as long as you live. Then when you die, it goes to the child or children by operation of law in lawyer terms, meaning nothing has to happen. It then belongs to the child. That also avoids probate court and avoids the other problems associated with that. So if that is something you've been thinking about, give us a call and we can talk about it and see if which idea is the right idea for you. I'm Blake West with the Alabama Estate Planning Attorneys. Thank you for listening.